NAL 2022 season, stage number 1, playday number 4 predictions. I just got finished watching the third day of games, and what a day it was, full of surprises, I'll say. My predictions didn't go too well, but I mean, I guess they were salvaged by the end of the day. Only got 2 out of 5, putting me at, I think, 9 out of 15 overall, so 60%. And they showed the percentages for all of the casters and analysts. I guess not all of the casters and analysts, but the ones that were there on the screen at the time. And I'm tied with the highest one at 60% at the moment, tied with Stoke, so not too bad. I'm still below the coin, as is everybody, and well, I mean, it is just random chance. It's only 1 ahead of me. I think it's at 10 out of 15. I'm at 9 out of 15, so maybe things will equal out. Today was a little bit of a shocking day. Human beings predicting were very, very unlikely to go with some of these results. I think TSM losing to Mirage and Space Station losing to Astralis were really big upsets. The Astralis one, not as big of an upset as the TSM one. Anyways, let's go through what actually happened just concretely. So Mirage did beat TSM. I got that one wrong. Astralis did beat SSG. I got that one wrong. Oxygen beat Beast Coast. I got that one right. Xset beat Sonics. I got that one wrong. And Parabellum beat Dark Zero. I got that one right. So that was sort of my Hail Mary prediction for the day. I thought that one could go either way, but Dark Zero was a little bit favored, and in the end, Parabellum did take it. I thought Xset versus Sonics could also go either way. I didn't think it would be a destruction like it was. That was surprising. I almost went with Xset, and if I was making my predictions like right before the game started, I think I would have gone with Xset because the looks on the Sonics faces was just not good. They looked already dejected before the match even started, so yeah, if I wasn't making them so far in advance, I might have gotten that one right. I also might have gotten this one wrong. I might have switched it when I saw that we were going to Villa. Dark Zero really good on Villa in the past. They did have to go all 15 rounds versus Beast Coast. I'm not sure if I would have gone the other way or not. Hard to say. Anyways, so we are predicting this 4th column here. So this is going to be playday number 4, April 6th. So first game of the day, Space Station versus TSM. Both of these teams just lost, so that makes this less of an exciting matchup. They're not living up to their Titan status. These are both world champions, Space Station in 2020 and TSM in 2022. They are the reigning world champions, and they're really not living up to it. Everyone thought they were going to be on an absolute heater right off the bat, despite their troubles in best of ones last year, despite their regional troubles, all this stuff. And well, here they are. They lost to Oxygen, and they just lost to Mirage. That's so crazy. Space Station lost to Astralis, and I mean, right, so TSM lost to Oxygen, which is a stronger looking team than Astralis, and they lost to Mirage, which is perhaps still a weaker looking team than Astralis, and it ended up being close. Space Station, I did question the border pick a little bit. I felt like maybe a more established map would have done them better, but even the more established maps are still a little bit weird with the whole attacker repick coming into play now. So I don't recall what maps everyone them and Astralis banned in that, but maybe border wasn't the right pick. It seems like a map SSG should be decent on, and they just let things get away from them. They got the first 2 rounds, and then Rampy just barely failed on a clutch, and then they let their opponents get 6 rounds. They almost made the comeback. The timeout was enough for... Anyways, this is too recappy. I think I'm still going to go with Space Station here. They've looked better than TSM. Overall, yeah, Space Station just lost to a pretty scary-looking Astralis. Even though Astralis did lose to Oxygen, it looks like Oxygen might just be head and shoulders better than everyone else at the moment. They haven't looked shaky or anything. They look better and better. 7-4 versus TSM, 7-3 versus Astralis, 7-2 versus their opponents for the day, which was Beast Coast. And yeah, so again, Space Station over TSM is what I'm going to rock with. It could go the other way, I suppose, and if it does, then maybe TSM on a little bit of an upswing after being down, and I suppose SSG would be continuing their downward trajectory. They won the first 2 days, and then this would mean 2 losses if they lost. So anyways, I'm going to go with them. Parabellum versus Xset. So both of these teams are sort of on the come up. Xset just got their first win, and Parabellum just got their second win. And I mean, it's tough to say because Xset did just hand out an absolute destruction to the Sonics, but the Sonics look so awful right now. A big part of that is that they just got 7-0'd, but even before that, they were still the worst looking team in the first 2 days. So I guess I'm still going to go with Parabellum here. They just narrowly lost to Beast Coast, and that might not have happened if it wasn't the first playday. This could have gone the other way, and then they played against Sonics, and they beat them pretty thoroughly. It was, I suppose, the least harsh loss that the Sonics have taken, but still 7-3 is pretty decisive. And then they just beat Dark Zero. It was looking like Dark Zero might come back, but they still won it without max regulation. It was 7-4, so I'll go with Parabellum here. I think Xset could definitely take it as well. They looked okay in the first 2 games, just a few things here and there they needed to improve to win those matches. And then, of course, again, crush the Sonics. But I'll go with Parabellum just for the fact that they're 2-1, whereas XSET is 1-2, and Parabellum just sort of narrowly lost their one game, and XSET lost 2-7-3. So maybe XSET just needed a little bit more time to wake up, or, well, to realize some of their potential, because it is a newer roster. Parabellum still has the same core coming in, but just 2 new players, whereas XSET, they've, like, most of them have played together, played with each other, but yeah, just not as a whole team. I'll give it to Parabellum, but this could go either way. Dark Zero versus Astralis. This one could also go either way. I want to say that Astralis looks better coming into this. They only lost to the nearly untouchable looking Oxygen, and Dark Zero barely beat Beast Coast, and they just lost to Parabellum. So I don't even think this is controversial to say now. I'm going to go with Astralis. I don't know if the results Astralis have been getting have really been contingent on playing on those new maps. So they played Chalet and they didn't win that one. That was the Oxygen game. But they played Space Station on Border, and they played Sonics on Skyscraper. And sure, the Border game did almost go to overtime. It went 7-5, and Sonics have looked really weak. But still, Astralis look up to snuff on the new maps more quickly than almost anybody else. And Theme Park is also in there to be considered. They haven't played it, but it is also the map that has been in the pool the most recently. It was just taken out a little while ago and then re-added. Border and Skyscraper are newer in a way than Theme Park, even though Theme Park just got added at the same time. Yeah, for whatever reason, they just got up to speed with these maps really quickly, and that might be a big boon for them. Maybe now both of them are going to be banned against them, and then they'll go to old maps, which some of them they're good on, some I don't know. We'll see. I'll go with Astralis, but this is another one that could go either way. I think we're gonna have a lot of really close games today, I would think. Okay, Sonics versus Beast Coast. So I've missed 6 predictions overall, I think, right? I'm at 9 out of 15, and so 3 of those came at the hands of Sonics. They've cost me half of the predictions I've gotten wrong are because Sonics lost, so I can't pick them again. Maybe this is the map that they bounce. This is the map and match and whatever that they bounce back in. Maybe they'll never bounce back this season. Who's to say? Beast Coast didn't look good against Oxygen, but nobody's looked good against Oxygen. And well, you know, Beast Coast has a win over Parabellum. They just narrowly lost to to Dark Zero. So I mean, there's just no reason to pick Sonics anymore. I gave them the benefit of the doubt for the second and third games, and they just got absolutely popped. So I'm going to need to see them bounce back before I can pick them again. So I guess I'm going to go with Beast Coast, which is crazy to say. If I said that, you know, a few days ago, a week ago, or whatever, I mean, I think it'd be super weird. But under the circumstances, yeah, I'm going to pick Beast Coast. Absolute insanity. And then, okay, Oxygen versus Mirage. You can't pick anyone against Oxygen now, unless, like, Mirage beats them, or if any... Until Oxygen is beaten, I'm going to predict them every time, is basically what I'm saying. Maybe when they play Space Station, if Mirage takes this to like overtime or max regulation or something, maybe Mirage goes up and Oxygen has to make a comeback. And if Space Station like destroys TSM, maybe I'll pick Space Station in this next match. But if Oxygen just beats Mirage at all, even if Space Station beats TSM, even if it's a destruction, I might still just be going with Oxygen. More than likely. Yeah, they just look like by far the best team, and I thought that they would at the beginning of I thought they had all of that potential, and I was just unsure how long it would take them to realize that potential. Apparently it took them no time at all. They are just straight into the swing of things, and they look incredible. So I will go with Oxygen over Mirage. Mirage has more of a chance coming into it, given that they did just beat TSM. If they had lost to TSM, then I mean Mirage would continue to look hopeless. But no, I mean some hope for Mirage there. Oxygen did beat TSM, you know, not super handily, but fairly handily, and then Mirage also took down TSM. So in that way, it's sort of like an equal matching, but considering the other 2 matches, yeah, Mirage didn't look very good. So TSM sort of weirdly struggling, Sonic's super weirdly struggling, obviously more so than TSM, but okay, so those are going to be my predictions for the day. So one more time: Space Station over TSM, Parabellum over XSET, Astralis over Dark Zero, Beast Coast over Sonics, and Oxygen over Mirage. I don't think any of these are terribly exciting predictions, because I think for all of them, I picked the team that is currently higher in the standings than the other team. So, I mean, it is what it is. That just is sort of how it's looking like. But I do think any of these could potentially be an upset I wouldn't be surprised to see these three go the other way, certainly. I would be really surprised if Mirage do beat Oxygen. And, you know, at some point, I imagine Sonics will bounce back. So if they lose this one, you know, maybe this is the one that I'll be surprised by. And if they lose this one, maybe this one is the one I'll be surprised by, that they bounce back. They don't have to do it eventually. They could go 0-9, but it's likely. They've just been a super solid team in the past. So whatever it is that is currently the issue, I have to imagine that they'll work past it eventually. There's just enough play days left that, I mean, surely they gotta get a win, right? Okay, so yeah, that's gonna do it for the predictions. I suppose I'll have recap video coming soon, power rankings coming soon-ish, interview videos also coming soon, the interview compilations, and yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I will catch you guys in the next one.